Hey guys, let us talk about a great man, a great philosopher, whom the world forgot unfortunately. A man who holds answer to every question, a man who knows the secret for the world peace, and the man who can solve the conflict, the suffering, and the kind of world we are in. You know, the world with full of conflict and suffering. There's everywhere. Don't you see? Is there conflict everywhere? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, who is that philosopher? Say hi to J. Krishnamurthy. Hello, J. Krishnamurthy. Hi. It's one of my favorite philosophers. Today I'm going to talk about this man, J. Krishnamurthy. In order to summarize J. Krishnamurthy's philosophy in one sentence, I will use this sentence. Sorry for my English. I'm telling all this stuff unprepared. So you have to you know, leave certain grammatical or certain things apart. Okay. In order to summarize J. Krishnamurthy into one liner, I'll use this sentence. Unbiased critical thinking. That's it. What the fuck does that mean? Unbiased critical thinking. You see, in our day to day life, we either judge people or we defend ourselves. We always take these two stances. But J. Krishnamurti says that both of them are completely ridiculous and it will stunt the growth of a person. You see, for example, let's say I have a dear Muslim friend of mine, and once he saw me and he told me about Islam. Usually, when we talk about religious debates, we either condemn that person, ridicule that person, or we defend our religion. But according to J. Krishnamurti, we should do neither. Let us say I have a dear Muslim friend of mine. He came to me and said, Islam is a great religion. I did not, what do we say? I did not contradict him or either defended or ridiculed him. I asked him what Islam is. Then he said submission to God. Then I asked him two questions. What does submission mean and who is God? Then he explained me. Submission means submission to the will of God, he said, which raised more questions. Then when what does that mean? I asked him. Then he said, it means that submitting our will to God. What does that mean? How do you check when one submits to God's will? Then he thought for some time. And then he said, submitting or no, following the Quranic scriptures is, is what equivalent to submitting to will according to him. Then I asked him, why would God want us to submit to him? This is where the conversation, he took time to answer that. Then he answered. He said, God does not require us to submit to him, but it is our duty, our gratitude to submit to God, which was valid. Okay, fine. But then I asked, what if I don't submit to God? I asked him, politely, obviously. Then he said, you will not go to heaven. What does heaven mean? Then I asked him. Then he said, heaven is a place where God lives, where there are beautiful trees and beautiful fruits, beautiful paradise. Then I asked him one question. Humans eat fruits and everything to survive. Why do souls need fruits and everything? Because souls are eternal, right? Why would they need fruits to survive? Then this is where the conversation ended. I put him in doubt. And this is I hope you are getting the method. This is what is an illustration of unbiased questioning. In this process, I was nowhere ridiculing him. I was nowhere biased. I was in a genuine concern with a genuine. I was questioning him genuinely, and he got struck. It means that he doesn't have clarity on what he's speaking. Obviously, similarly, most of us, in many of things, we do not have clarity in what we are defending or what we are speaking. Even in my case, so this is what Krishnamurti method is. What Krishnamurti says is that no matter what the contradiction, our life is full of contradictions, and in order to resolve that contradictions, we use silly methods of taking a side, contradicting other, and defending this side. This will lead only to further and further conflict, and the contradiction will not get resolved. It, say there are two sides of an argument. We should not take neither. We should be in the middle. We should question this side. We should question this side endlessly without any bias. We should not be biased that I am a Hindu. Because I am a Hindu, I should not be biased. And similarly, this method need not be used on others. We can question ourselves too. Let us say I am a somewhat believer of karma theory, but I should answer the questions. I should not even spare myself of the bias and judgment. Now, when I say I believe in karma, first, what is karma? I should ask. Then I should answer karma is nature's way of paying you back of your good and bad deeds. Then two questions arise: how does nature pay, and and why should nature pay, and how does it? I have no answer. So I don't know what I am believing in. Does it pay? I don't know. I don't have any proof. And so this is what uh, Krishnamurti's method means. Krishnamurti's method is simple. You have you should not have any personal bias towards anything. You should question it without any personal motive objectively till you get a perfect answer, which many times we don't give. We don't reach a conclusion. This is what is one of the drawbacks of the Krishnamurti's philosophy. But let us get to drawbacks later on. But this simple thing will save us from many conflicts in our daily life. Whenever I see Whenever we see a terror attack, I immediately see Facebook posts where Muslims try to defend, say that it's some kind of conspiracy theory, and I find the other side where they say it's because of the religious this thing. They try to defend or condemn themselves, but they never understand what they are speaking or anything. The kind of mess they make is simple illustration of simple conflict what we are facing in the world. And when we question everything unbiased, we begin to understand things even more clearly. Let me take even more simple example. A daily application of Krishnamurti Paddhati. Now, let us say I have fought with a friend of mine. Then how would I use Krishnamurti Paddhati to resolve the conflict? There are two options. One, what we generally do when we have a fight, we take up the past, then we start accusing friend, you did this then, you are accuser. We try to impose the negativity of the other side even when it is not there. We become biased, but that's not the way to deal. When we have a conflict with a friend, we should start analyzing ourselves. Why is that I am having a conflict? Will continuing this conflict make me suffer more, or will it end my suffering? Second. Third, should I say silent, or should I argue with him? If I argue with him, the conflict will increase more and more, and it will never end to reach a conclusion. And even if he, what do you say, agrees with our point of view, then it doesn't mean that he agrees with us. He just, what do we say, subdued the matter. That's it. So obviously, arguing with him further is out of the question. Should I say silent? Many of many of the psychologists or many of them advise that whenever you have a fight, you should stay silent. You should just go away. That's also not a issue, because when you stay silent or go away, you are escaping from the situation. Escaping from the situation will never solve the problem. Dealing with that does. So how do you deal with the problem? How do you apologize? Simple. Apple. What do you say? Saying sorry. Sorry to him. And now comes the question: if I say sorry to him, will I? What do we say? Will he accept? Will things change? Will things get settled? I don't know. It depends on the other person. When we say sorry to other, we are clean. It's upon to them to whether to continue the conflict or to end it. I confused you more, but this is the way, questioning the things and unbiased. Not taking either of the sides. I will be illustrating you in the next part more about the Krishnamurthy method. Sorry if I have confused you even more. You see, okay. I'll make another part where I'll give you more clarity. Yeah. I seem to have no clarity. If you feel so, I have clarity. Okay, sorry. I don't know what I'm talking. Okay, fine.